Hey colleagues, wherever you're watching us from, welcome to the Beyond Politics podcast. I'm your host, Boniface Shalamumba. Thank you very much for finding time to listen and watch. Please subscribe. Here we have awesome and amazing stories, great leaders. We only here but to celebrate every leader, every individual, looking out for the positive narrative, looking out for the impact that they have made. Celebrating each other is at the core of this engagement. I'm so honored that today I'm having a leader that has been in the spaces of leadership from various spheres. He's done his part, he's contributed, but now he said, hey, let's see what it means to be a politician or a development expert, as he calls himself. So as we're looking forward, guess what? I have a friend, a colleague, a brother, Mwila Chaloba for Chongwe West as an independent candidate, who's our guest. Welcome, Tat.
Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure, you know?
Thank you.
Most of the time that I host a lot of people on the podcast, sometimes you think you know people and friends. Some of them have been privileged like you that I've known. But when we dive in the conversation, then you learn, oh, wow.
There's always something new popping up.
Actually, you stating that you're standing, for me was like, okay. Okay. Yeah, so the people that take part in the electoral process are very courageous, because the electoral process is not an easy undertaking. You know, the stress that's there, the toll on you as an individual, I mean, the financial obligation, I mean, everything. You basically open up your life to the public, and you basically regulated by the public, and you have to behave in certain ways. So you sacrifice more who you are to become, to a greater extent, what is expected of you. On our podcast, you know, we're here to celebrate you. You must, be proud of yourself this far, and we look forward to indulge in the next few minutes or an hour, learn and appreciate who you are. The leadership, what kind of a person that you are as a family man, and everything around you as an individual. So it's a safe space.
Main safe space, eh?
Yeah. But first, let's say let's clear before we get into the mix of things. Let's clear independent child. Original independent. Kabwira naka Iverson, you know, Iverson sneaker, the I3. Yeah, but in Orijaba, So what does that mean? I loved it.
Yeah. So I think thank you, Boniface, first for having me on your podcast.
Thank you.
It's not an easy undertaking to interview people, and just it takes courage and also initiative. And I think this space is very a welcome idea, initiative. We'll fully support it so that we get to know our leaders and also what's happening in the communities. So for that one, congratulations.
Thank you. We needed some feedback like that.
Yes. So so the independent original. As you're aware, you've obviously come across news where most people who are aspiring as MPs or council, whatever it is, some have come from political parties, and there are some where they just like me. So those who have come from political parties have been left out maybe from adoption process for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Then they decide to go on their own. Those ones, we don't call them original independent. Okay, those ones, I don't want to, for lack of a better term, that's why we say we are original. Those ones are frustrated. They've got agendas. So that's the background of the original independent candidate. Yeah.
So colleagues have heard, there's Orijaba. Anyways, that's what the podcast is all about. It's a discovery space.
Yes.
So who's Mwila Chaloba?
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So Mwila Chaloba He's a husband. He's a father. I grew up in Chilanga.
Just here, like 20...
Yes, 20 Chilanga TAP, TAP. So my father was one of the people who set up TAP Building Products.
Oh, the TAP village.
TAP Building Products, the company which is now liquidated and vandalized, and it's no longer in existence now. So I was schooled from there. I started way in the 1990s, Chilanga Primary, which was then LOE. I think it meant local education. We even sat on blocks in that school. We only had one block, Then 8th to 9th grade, I was at Musamba Basic, then went to Parklands High School. That's where I completed my high school. Then spent some time in society. We're all excited getting to society, trying to figure out what you're going to do. Some decide to become pastors, and they become papas. That gap year, as it is called, the gap year, is quite interesting because most of the young people at that point, it's either they reaffirm their foundation, or somehow, I mean, get it lost. Get it lost, they miss it.
Because I remember most of us it was quite a stressful time. The gap year is quite a stressful time.
It's always.
Please.
Yes, so I think at that time, that's when I got into the NGO space. There was some NGO for a religious man that we used to go to. We got to read about economics. They had a vision of starting its own world government, blah, blah, blah. That's a different story for another day. Then I got into UNZA, started doing my degree, but due to financial constraints, I just ended up a diploma, then went to the field. I started working in the Chinika industrial area. There was an Indian company, Somalia Group. Where I was managing stores and distribution.
What did you study at that time?
At that time, I had done economics.
Oh, okay.
Yes, then went straight into supply chain. Okay, a totally different field because, at that time, I think they would say you need X amount of years as an economist to get into the working space to be comfortable. But we were too excited to wait because, life in Mabeba, you need to fend for yourself. If you have a girlfriend, you need to buy ice cream. Excuse.
You gotta be a man anyway.
Yes. So from there, that's how life happened. I got into the supply chain industry. Then I've worked in various companies, talk of manufacturing, FMCG, mining. There was a point where I stayed in Dola and worked for one Newcant lime, mining lime and exporting to Congo, and I was the export in charge. Yes, then from Ndola, I came to Lusaka, joined Parmalat, worked for a couple of years, then went to India. I've got a friend in India where we did a government project between my friend and the government because I was more of a business side. Then my friend is a scientist, biology stuff, so we went there. I went to India, traveled to India. I resigned from Parmalat, then I traveled to India. I stayed there for about 10 months, 11 months. We were promoting the new species for fish. It's called giant rohu. It was more a stronger strain of rohu species, cupfish. We call them cupfish here. Them they call it giant rohu.
What's it, Milamba?
No, not Milamba. Cupfish, but better than Mulamba. They're quite big.
But they're almost like the catfish.
Yes. No. But catfish has got But them they don't have.
Oh.
But very tasty. And the tiger fish.
Oh, in their
yes,
they're fresh.
So when you're eating, you eat with care. It's not So when I came back from India, things didn't go as planned. There are a lot of things that I overlooked, like currency, also the environment. India is very different from Zambia. Yeah, there are good places. There are places that are not okay, but we learn in life here. So when I came back, I joined the construction company, British construction company, which was into health infrastructure development.
Yeah.
Yes. But again, I was still now, because of my background, my work experience was in logistics and supply chain. Yes. Then I enrolled at Cavendish, where I did my bachelor in purchasing and supply. Then I worked for a few years. Then I joined an NGO. I joined the NGO space after NMS. Yeah. So where I'm managing a portfolio that looks at making health services accessible to the underserved communities. Yeah, so during this movement, that's when I relocated to Chongwe. I stayed in Makeni for some time because I don't like shifting. Shifting is a hassle.
Yeah, so, it is. Because I think if it's there's a time you lose your property is during shifting.
Yes, I still don't know where my pressure cooker is. How it got lost, I don't know.
Yeah, I think, yes. And even the things that you don't lose, even just the breaking. You know, those
documents go missing and stuff. Yes. So I stayed in Makeni for a good almost 7 years. Then I went to Madido at Obama. That's where I stayed for a good number of years. Then that's when I built my property in Mwalubemba, in Chinkuli Ward. That's where we are now finally settled. We've been there for about 4 years now.
Okay.
Yes. So
it's basically now the transition.
Yeah. So that's the professional life. So in the business side, I have I've obtained a few work experiences. We've worked together as when I was in Dola for Center of Environment Justice. That was the professional side. Now the non-governmental side, NGO side, I've worked for a few NGOs. I think Center for Environment Justice being one of them. We were working in the extractive sector, and it was very enlightening to see how much revenue we lose out in the extractive sector. Yeah, how government is losing out, and there's no proper accountability, and you know how many companies go scot-free without being really penalized for not making certain statistics available to government to really see how much we are losing out and how much we're making. Yeah. So for me, I think that's where my leadership roles came in. Yeah, from the civil society perspective. At one point, I was also under the umbrella of CEJ. I was also vice chairperson for steering committee for Publish What You Pay. Remember those days of Child Muriland? I hope I won't be quoted for mentioning names, but those are colleagues, those are brothers. Caritas days. Yeah. So that's basically who Mwila is. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm settled in Mwalubemba. People call us villagers, but we are Lusakans, we are Chongwes. So,
definitely. So when you look at the transitions that your personal journey, you've transversed from, I mean, quite a number of companies. You worked with manufacturing and steel. You've worked in the health sector. You worked in the environmental sector. How has it helped you to I mean, how have you managed to survive in these different spaces, and what are some of the key lessons that you have learned as an individual?
Yeah, so, you know, coming from the diverse background like that I have, you know, you get to appreciate company culture and ethics. You know, when I was working for an Indian company, you know, there is no rest. Rest is there, but it's very minimal. You work under pressure. There's nothing like Nalema, akafuna chemwenye, you have to run to go and attend to whatever it is they need. I believe those were necessary experiences because one, you are taught how to be independent and how to be very accountable. Each minute that goes is accounted for. And you have to have answers, not excuses. So, you know, with the cocktail of background that I have, okay, it has really shaped my personality into such a solid leader that I felt, you know, it has really baked me for something bigger. And, you know, from coming from private sector, getting into the civil society and start engaging with government at policy level, you know, how we were contributing towards the 6th National Development Plan, 7th, 8th. Now there's 9th National Development Plan, which is being drafted. Yes, so we're already getting close to go and do submissions. So
the National Action Plan as well.
Yes, the NAPAs, you know how we're doing. If we go to the climate way, come on, some of us are even tired of it now. We are gurus here. So it has really helped me to sharpen my personality to that of that kind of a leader who would want to see things differently.
But I like what you've just said. You know, what you've put across, the ethics and the work culture. I've always argued with people. For example, I said, each institution has got a work culture, its ethics, but I also add that it's behavioral patterns.
Yes.
You know? There could be a standard procedure of how to sort out this thing, but when you go in that space, you find that the procedure is delaying. They could have developed an in-house culture that helps you. You see the way you said, when you worked with the colleagues from the Indian background, could be under pressure, but you account for every penny and you account for every minute. And you're also given no room for excuses.
No.
So how would you think, or how would you pick it from the Zambian cultural context to this cocktail and cosmopolitan kind of exposure that you have? What are some of the lessons that you have picked up that you think that they are very fundamental for our sense of development?
Yeah, I think, that's a very great question. I think what the lessons I've learned is, I think you do not need to be told what to do as you grow through the ladder of leadership. Okay, you have to be one. There should be some form of honesty in what you're doing. Integrity, for me, integrity is very key, because integrity defines who you are. Because if you cannot do something when you're on your own correctly, how are you going to do it when you are given a platform to maybe to represent people, or talk on behalf of someone? You know, and also accountability. These are values that I think I also picked up when we were working with Publish What You Pay. We are holding institutions accountable, requesting them to be transparent. But what are you doing?
Are you accountable?
Are you accountable? Yes. What about you? The way they say it, one finger is pointing someone for
the rest
are on you. Are you sure of what you are saying? You know, so those, and also I think communication is very key. You know, there is a way where we do bush communication, where you don't really care how the packaging of the information is, and you expect miracles to happen. Garbage in, garbage out. You know, so if you want proper quality work to be seen, you have to put in time, effort, and also you have to be critical analysis of what you are doing. I
think I hold an opinion that Zambia has got great thinkers, but I think the critical analysis part, sometimes, I don't know, maybe we get to a place where we get bored, maybe we get fatigued, maybe we get tired with the same kind of pattern that we keep doing, you know? So I totally agree that, yes, the sense of integrity, I mean, how do you hold people accountable and you're not accountable yourself, you know? So colleagues, as I always tell you, this podcast brings you unique individuals, awesome people that are doing greater things, that have impacted lives in their respective way. Very wide, but guess what? For you to listen and continue listening to Honorable Mwila Chaloba, it's up to him not to get to Parliament. For me, as far as I'm concerned, as I tell every guest I host here, it's you to get in Parliament. Is that subscribe and be part of this huge family, awesome family. But also allow us to show our gratitude to the Urban Hotel. They have given us the sponsorship for the hosting of this, the venue where we host. Look at the awesome space that we have. The Urban Hotel has one of the best facilities in the hospitality space in this country, the best cuisines, the best, I mean, when you look at their range of cocktails, their range of food, I mean, the environment, the serenity. It's a space where you can come and work, where you network and you meet people that can uplift and impact your life. And that's why we also take advantage to celebrate that. So please find time to, wherever you are in the country, they're in different spaces, to reach out to the Urban Hotel and experience what everyone else is experiencing. Honorable, now we're getting to the meats of why we're here.
Yes.
Then after all this, were you not satisfied as a leader? How did you get to say, apa manje, na ifeti oneko manje ballot mwezankalila?
Yeah. There is always that point in life where you do some reflection, personal introspection, saying, what do I want to make of my life? Okay? It's unfortunate that a lot of people see Parliament as a money venture activity,
yeah.
Yes,
which is generating,
yes, survival. Yeah. And we've always left it to the old guys because we thought it's like agriculture. We're leaving it out for the old guys. When I'm old, that's when I'll do agriculture. If not now, when?
Yeah,
that's the question. That's what I asked for, because there are a lot of things that have not been going well in the country. Okay. Our current leadership have tried their best. Okay, they've tried their best, and we could see from the terraces the gaps that are there. We've tried in so many forums and platforms to really advise, guide. We've made so many submissions, but none of them have been attended to. Maybe 1%, 2%. Okay, but the level of assimilation of those recommendation interventions is very worrying, because it's at the expense of the growth of the country, the economy, the people, and the nation at large. Okay, so my coming into deciding to stand as a member of Parliament is because of my background. I think I've been in every space from the bottom. I even became a national manager for a certain portfolio, where you report to board of directors overseas, and you are always responsible for reports and stuff. And we've even engaged government. We would make submissions before the Parliamentary Committee on Health, Agriculture, and Community Development. And being in those spaces, you could see how much certain technocrats are not well informed. When you are in government, we assume that they know everything. Yet they don't have really that connection with, people say, reality with the ground. As we always refer to it, they're not in touch with reality on the ground. Which is very sad, because you find that there are so many things, basic things, that you don't even expect to find missing in a community. But it's not there. Yet we have, I'm not attacking anyone, yet we've got councillors, mayors, council secretary, DC, MOP, provincial minister, yet simple facility like a toilet on the market, public place, there's nothing. Then you try to find out what is the problem. You don't get the answer. So now if you continue asking the same question, you don't get the answers. Let's go and find out.
So it's a
fact-finding mission.
The way we used to play football when we were young, bola si enda bwino wingo itamba kocha double chati waenda kuza marefu at sub.
Achoka for Karo coach. Where's it know? It's crazy.
Yeah, I think we all are looking for a greater Zambia.
Yes.
That's why the level of coexistence should be at the center of every political process, you see.
Yes.
Yeah. So given that now you are in the field, what is Honorable Mwila Chaloba going to do? What difference does it bring in the space?
Yes.
And what is, when Chongwe West give you the mandate on the 13th of August, 5 years later, in August in 2031, you look back and Chongwe will say, go well, my leader, you've run your race. Yeah.
politics is not easy as people think.
Nikulimba.
See, my other aspirants, they will tell you, the ones that have been, obviously, if they haven't admitted, it's not easy, okay? But, you know, when you see that there is need that needs to be addressed, you really need to just say, okay, guys, we are on. Whatever happens, happens. Job 13:13. Because the issue is, we cannot sit back and watch the country go down. Okay? When is the right time? Because no one has ever given us a prescription of when the right time is. If not now, when? Some of my colleagues were saying, no, why didn't you wait for 2031? I said, why 2031? You are not ready now. I said, how am I going to be ready then?
Yeah, so it's a process, yeah?
Because what if God said, okay, this is your year? Then you hear someone's advice and you say 2031. Because 2021 is a long time to sacrifice Zambia's development at the expense of the wrong leadership. Okay? We have people who've been in government 25 years. What haven't they tried that we haven't seen? Because the problems are still there. They're still culminating. They're still growing. Yet someone still says, give me another chance. For what? Guys, tamunaka. No. Sometimes, if there is money in parliament, they just need to be declaring, because you cannot say you've been that long in parliament, yet you know, when we go in meetings, we all hear these statistics, big numbers, but you go on the ground, it is a very sorry sight. That's the honest truth. Coming from Chongwe West, specifically, you talk of Kasenga, Kalakantapa, Palavana, there's much that needs to be proud of. There's a lot of work that is needed. Okay? So, the current leadership, they've done their role. They've done their race. They've run their race to the best of their ability. I think the best thing that they can do is just give room to other critical thinkers, other brains. Because we've tried to rehearse these things in their spaces. It hasn't worked. So that's why we've decided to take it to the ballot. Okay? So the response on the ground has been very overwhelming. Okay? People are tired. People, and you know when Zambians are tired, they can just choose anything. They can do anything. And they want change. So now we are saying, yes, you want change, but we want to help you make the right choice for the change. Because any change can be change for the West, change for the best.
Absolutely. So
and there's a lot of disinformation on the ground. People are not aware of so many things that are supposed to take place, or how government works. And it's sad that we have officials in government. Yes, people say we've been there, but why do people look ignorant? Okay? So, my coming on board is to do two things. Two things. Why people of Chongwe West should vote for Mwila Chaloba. Okay? One, in our manifesto, or as people call it, I call them interventions, and people call us politicians. I'm not a politician. I think I identify as a development expert. I'm not a politician. Because politicians are looked as people who just argue, look at policy. Yeah. But development experts looks beyond politics. We look at development. Bottom up. Yeah? Yes. Bottom up. And you know, mind you, you have to account for it. In politics, they go away with a lot of things. So when you have people who've come up with that kind of background, that kind of strength, I think we would be the best people to govern. Okay? So what are we bringing to Chongwe West? Chongwe West has got 9 wards. Okay? I think about 70% is more agricultural
driven kind of activity.
Yes, agricultural economy. Yeah. Others are urban, like Madido, you talk of Ntandabale, which is Silver Rest area. It's all residential now, it's no longer farm area. But you talk of Kanakanta, Pakasenga, Palavana, it's all farming blocks. Okay? So what are we going to do? So we are not promising people tarmacs. I make it very, very simple. Any politician or member of parliament, aspirant, is promising you a tarmac. I encourage people to walk away. Because an MP, as long as, because Chongwe is underdeveloped. So as far as I know, there are only 2 roads that are gazetted for tarring in Chongwe. The others, maybe we could just do feeder roads. But you find that my colleagues are there promising people tarmacs. It is wrong. Remember what we say, we mentioned earlier, core values, integrity. Have some sense of integrity in you. At least even if you don't want to say the truth, at least try. Trying at least that. If I don't want to
pushing in.
No, because listen, why should you be comfortable lying to the people that you say you love? How do you face them when they entrust you with leadership and then you fail? When we vote you, ndio mzamwendera mayako ni yeria omuna kawindo ka konkosha kalia pa kawindo. Honorable. You know, people change.
Yeah, true.
You know, that is why there is a call now that they need someone who's local. Someone who is settled there.
Mwana wapakomo.
Mwana wapakomo. Not because alabadu ya kuna mwamena nkala kuja sazakatawa. And there is a misconception that people have that when you are voted into parliament, government gives you a housing and stuff. I've never heard of that. If the president can go to his house, who are you to leave your constituency?
Yeah.
And go and live in another constituency? Doesn't make sense.
Sometimes we should go maybe a step further to make it law.
Yes,
that,
yes.
For a member of parliament, you must be officially resident.
Yes.
In your constituency.
Yes. Domiciled there.
Even the councillor, domiciled in your ward.
Yes, mayor, councillor, DC, because you are there.
Even for me, I even look at even things like if, for example, you are in cabinet and whatnot, even health. Like
yes.
you should access the local health facilities.
Yes.
When you're a minister,
don't
like
go to
team,
a private. Go to the one that you've built.
Yeah, in country.
Yes.
It could drive a lot of development because your first option and the only option that's there is what
it shows have. That you are confident with the credibility of your health facility, health system
that you put together.
Even your schools.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah. So that is what we do. Roads. It's out of. We don't even waste our time. Tarmacs. Those ones that are gazetted automatically. So tarmacs are out. Police posts, which everyone is always singing, we don't even want to waste time. I'll give you a reason. Schools, clinics. What else do our colleagues promise? Okay?
Schools, clinics.
Okay, yeah. I think these are core ones. Those ones, by default, that you agree with me, as long as there are more than 50 people, government is aware of them, they should be a facility. Where 2 or 3 are gathered, if God can be there, why shouldn't there be a public toilet?
Yeah. Where
people are established, are settled, and government is aware, why shouldn't there be a clinic? So why should certain development infrastructure only be promised to people during elections? At elections, everyone goes. That is why we are calling for everyone to be seated, stationed, domiciled in your ward, so that in that Wakango Shita deliver, people come and knock on your gate. Sir, you promised us. Not that here government has given me a house in Ibex or in Chadley or whatever. No. And now people are having their eyes open, they're being enlightened. So could be I said, no, I've never heard of that. The only time an MP is accommodated by government is by government motel when you are out of parliament motel when you are out of town, and when parliament is in session, isn't it?
Yeah.
For easy challenge, traveling, logistics, whatever.
Yeah, I think it's just normal that there could be some minimum benefits.
If you're out of town. But when parliament is closed, you should be in your constituency.
Yes.
Unless maybe you're a minister. It's a totally different conversation, yes, and the setup. So now, we don't, by default, we even tell people, I'm sorry, but we're not preaching that. Because any sensible parent, any sensible leader should know that where there are a lot of people, you need police for safety, security. You need the schools. If there is a community school, it needs expansion. Mwalubembe, where I come from, Poanga, specific. There is one community school. Children walk from there to Zaf on foot. That they go to ZNS. Mwana afika muklasi nchafu za vimba. Alema pauti nizipomproke nchafu tate. Nishini break time. Eh?
It reminds us, we used to work.
You and me, we suffered. 10 Ks, 5 Ks.
Yeah, and for me, actually, for me, I don't even call it suffering. I don't know what it was, but it was just a way where this is the normal life.
With the Gen Zs, it's suffering.
Oh yeah.
You and us, it was.
It's just a normal life.
It was normal, yes. Mkutia na musaku wanyamula matumba ufika kuja.
Na misale.
Yes.
Kono gula misale on our way, you know.
But about these days, afika kuja passing out mwana. Mailo mwana ati I'm not going to school. So you've been to the airport before.
Yeah.
How many times have you not seen children walking from Ndeke to Zaf?
Yeah, although it's those kids that hike on their way. Yeah.
Yes. So, are you telling me government is not aware that there is need for a public school there? Not everyone can afford the private school. Are you telling me they don't know that there is need for a public school there? So those are the things that we want to look at. Okay, those things any sensible leader should know, should be worried. Even the president, when he's going to Kuma airport, should have taken a keen interest. Why Vanava? Should be accountable. If I was the president, I would be having weekly meetings with my ministers. I know he's a busy person, but Tanzania, our late used to do it. Tell us, what's your calendar like? What's on your agenda? He should have addressed those things.
Yeah.
So those are the nitty-gritties that we are trying to look at.
To address.
They are overlooking it, but look at, you are saying our children use are future leaders. Which future if mwana kangu fika ku school? And you know boys, mwenda panja na tunyoni angena mu hunting mode.
Na malegend.
Sema kwa anyamula mtu 17 hours amboze mbe masamu pakona. Iwe choka hapa. Those are the things that we say should come to an end.
Yeah.
Government has increased the so-called CDF pot to 40 million. So like for Chongwe West, we are going to have 4 million per ward. How are we going to utilize that 4 million per ward? Those are some of the infrastructure projects that should be there. If there's no land, buy land from people. People are selling land every day. Talk to ZNS, person koni tipangeko 1/6 classroom blocks. So that because children are being bashed by cars, motorists. There are so many accidents that are not even reported. Okay? Because of that same trek that children do every day. Okay? Chongwe is one of the places which should have been industrialized a long time ago. But we are not known for anything. If I ask you, where does pineapple come from?
Yeah, Lunga.
Musale.
Kafue. Zimbe. Kafue and Mazabuka,
yes,
right?
Beans.
Beans. Luwingu, but also
Solwezi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tobacco.
Eastern.
Chongwe.
My plot. There's a
some people are interesting findings on the ground. They'll say Timakumba sand.
Oh, quarry.
But I don't know, Minis is general. It's everywhere. Yeah. But what is that particular product that we want to bring out of Chongwe? Can we be identified as? That is what we want to identify. At least Chongwe should be known for something. And that's why we're saying we're going to transform cooperatives. Okay? Chongwe, we've got so many farming blocks, yet we cannot even produce enough quantity to supply ShopRite, Pick and Pay, or even Choppies. We can't. Because these institutions will say, there's no capacity. But we've got farmlands there. People now are ending up selling land. You know, Kanakanta has got 14 villages. There's only one village where they do sunflower. And when they do sunflower, they don't even package. So where is the value addition? The president has always been singing, cooperatives should be functional, should be productive. They should be value addition. Why are we not packaging sunflower, cooking oil? Packaging machines are very cheap. You know? Artisanal mining is not safe. People are dying every day. Sand, for that matter.
Yeah.
You know? Why are we not keeping the chickens? It looks silly, but it's more expensive than a broiler. So we want to bring that realization to the community. There is so much we can do. If you don't have a field, let's go to small livestock farming.
Yeah.
And supply when a bonanza intercontinental. Let's do coils. Nitumbuka tuzinkalira tu.
Yeah,
yes. So why should we be very making things complicated for cooperatives? Right now, cooperatives are only known for getting fertilizer. And now fertilizer nyamu family. You, me, Bonsaba, we are all belong to one field, 10 people. That is affecting output, productivity in the agricultural sector. The president is talking about 3 million tons, but fertilizer tipasa is not equivalent to the output that we're expecting. Maybe he was looking at from the commercial side, but from the peasant side, there's limited subsistence farming. There's not much to be said for, you know. So now that's what we want to transform. If you don't have a field, we are encouraging our people. Let's get into livestock farming, even small, even rapid farming. We can do it.
And those things can give birth.
Yes,
they can like multiply.
Look at Palavana. Very impressed. People are doing piggery. Imagine if we say Chainda, we start keeping pigs. And Zambia, if the demand is too much, they say, where can we get pigs? Oh, go to Palavana and Chainda. Those farmers there are brilliant. Their pigs are top notch. We'll be known for something. Guinea fowls, duck, you know. So
yeah, with the growing population of Chinese,
yes.
I think duck is quite a huge.
I love duck. Duck is nice. That
yeah, and
despite the ugly faces,
they're cute.
Very bad.
Okay.
Yes.
Then so get to the next point.
Next point. So is secondly is we want to establish specialized cooperatives, specialized skills cooperative. What we've noticed in the public sector now, in the public space, is that CDF has been mismanaged at all levels. So you find public infrastructures. There was one viral video that was shared, I think, on social media from Eastern Province, okay, where a minister went to hand over a public facility, and he could just unearth the floor, which was not even floor, it was a creed. They just painted. There was no concrete, no slab. How do we mitigate those problems? How do we stop? Yet there's an engineer, government engineer, council, from CBU Kanikoto. And I hope that case is followed up. Okay? So when we establish specialized skills cooperative, we want in each ward there should be a cooperative for bricklayers, a cooperative for fabricators, a cooperative for plumbers, a cooperative for electricians, a cooperative for carpenters. Why? Because when there's a construction of a public facility, bricklayers will attack it. Wacha foundation block facilities. Once they're doing that, government should provide us with a company to provide supervisory or council engineer.
Yeah, the government.
To provide the supervisory, so that we cut cost. Because 4 million is not a lot of money. Wacha I'm a bricklayer, my plumbing panja bakumba. Engineer is there guiding. Mukafika paling beam whatever kongatuzacha ya timba, makapenta wakwera wako komera. If you're going to use steel, fabricators, fabricate. There will be timely delivery of projects. Not a project, 10 months, 9 months, money is there.
So we attend the issue of efficiency.
Efficiency, yes. And also resource management, efficient accountability and resource management. Because let's say cooperative yama bricklayer by 100 or by 10. BOQ you come by 300,000 or 200. Cooperative wija, they will have bylaws. We will make sure, because now MPs now sit on those CDF, are going to be sitting on a CDF or whatever it is here. We'll be telling them in the bylaws of those cooperatives, X amount, X percentage of whatever works you do should remain in the account. At the month end, you share AX. In case there is a funeral, the cooperative should help at least buy basic coffin, like the way the companies do. Have a package with a funeral parlor. Not my pressure. We're not saying you can't help, but the pressure becomes too overwhelming.
Yeah. And
that's why I understand how systems need to be changed. You need to have a mechanical approach to it, So, and for construction, kumankala bricklayer broker, a contractor sampase maafu. Vazayangana na babiri tete kuisepo cementi ibiri. Cementi yasoba. But ibali 50 mzagwana cementi nga. But these are simple social behavioral issues that we need to address. You don't need to bring Italians. Italians can just bring an engineering. Maybe it's a complicated drawing, but we've got engineers in Zambia, So those are the things that, if we've got 100 bricklayers, 100 families will have income at the end of the month. There are so many incentives that if we had time, I would have taken you through. But that is the approach that we want to look. Something not very difficult, because when you have income, you address the issues of income at household level. Children at least will be able to buy mabiki to go to school with enjoying their free education.
And also just get to when you livelihood support, you're able to support your own education, your own healthy needs, and your own development as an individual, and it overflows to the community.
Yes. If cooperatives can be established like companies, they start functioning, they will be more like wealth creation entities.
Like wealth creation.
They will mature to companies, private limited.
True.
Then it means when, for example, I'll give an example, Pick and Pay wants to open another branch in Chongwe. Pick and Pay will just say, there's this tender. Cooperatives that belong to that ward will
take it up.
If it's too humongous, we can get the nearest wards, bring those bricklayers. Most of, Chongwe is a village arrangement, Chongwe. Most people don't have a certificate, whatever education. They've inherited this skill from their forefathers or from parents, or even from neighbors. That's why, if you can able to read, that's why Taveta is there to help facilitate. It's a skills,
skill center.
Yes.
But also technology transfer if you have other supervisors. So just to cut up, knowing that our time is not the best ally, one other thing I'm going to ask is that you look into that camera and only do two things. One, with, I love the way you use the cocktail of experience, or the cosmopolitan exposure that you have, both from the bottom to the highest, from urban, rural, all these civil society, international NGOs, private sector. What is it that you can encourage young people? Because we're trying to address and impact the young people now for the future. But also secondly, look into the camera and tell them just one thing, why Mwila Chaloba is the best candidate for Chongwe West.
Okay, that is like a job interview. So, people of Chongwe West, this is Mwila Chaloba, aspiring member of member of Parliament, independent, original. Why you should vote for me is because, one, I've grown up, I've tasted leadership from the bottom up. I've experienced, I think, all the critical sectors in the economy, and we are bringing change to Chongwe West. We want to see Chongwe West changed, revolutionized, okay? We want to see Chongwe industrialized. Chongwe has got so much potential. Women, mothers, youths, even men are always left out in these conversations. We need to have leadership that has got vision. Leadership that is, when they are telling you, you can even see Chongwe prosper, okay? We want to see industries in Chongwe. We want to see health facilities, proper health facilities in Chongwe. We want to see schools, okay? These are things that any leader can bring if they are focused, principled, cultured, and have been there in the corridors of power and leadership at both local and international space. So 13th August, remember, pa whistle. Can I whistle now? Yeah, so look out for Mwila Chaloba. Our symbol is a whistle. We are whistle blowing to announce that change is coming to Chongwe West. Thank you.
The last one is, what can you say about just encouragement to the young people?
So,
just in less than 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Young people, that is encompassing both male and females. Time for change is now. The vote is the change. Your vote is the change. If you want to see change, turn up in numbers and go and vote. Chongwe is your own. It can be Chongwe, it can be Munali, it can be anywhere. Please, your vote is your right. If you want to see change, please show up, turn up in numbers on 13th August and make the right decision. Do not vote for faces or songs. Look out for information, credible manifestos, interventions. Don't be peer pressured to voting for anyone that you can even see that they're not meaning well. The future is in your hands. Do not waste your vote. Thank you. You can become anything. Even in 2031, you can even stand. No one should stand in your vision. No one should discourage you. The inner feeling, the burning fire that you're feeling, that is your passion. Pursue it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mwila Chaloba. I'm grateful for creating time. Colleagues, like I keep saying, and refer to the words the Vice President told me, her Honor, Dr. Mtarina Lumango, she says, Mumba, do not fear to be amongst the cloud. Your job is to stand out in the cloud. So colleagues, you have had a good opportunity to listen to the journey, the aspirations of Mwila Chaloba for the people of Chongwe, his leadership journey from a family space, his entrepreneurial journey, the exposure that he gets, and we here only but to celebrate our people, to pick only the positive side and their impact to the summit. Please do not forget to subscribe until the next guest for great stories. Thank you.